What's going on, people? So, I buy a lot of shoes, right? I do. If you've been watching the channel, you've probably picked up on that. But the thing is, I don't get very excited about every pair. Some of them is just kind of routine things where it's like, oh yeah, these are on sale. I've been kind of wanting some of these. Why not? Or it's something where I'm like, oh, let's see what it's all about. I'm mildly curious. But every so often, something like this right here comes along where it's like, I've wanted these for a while. And it has finally happened. So hopefully, when I open this box, I see what I want to see and it fits how I want it to fit. Because if you saw the previous video that I did on the other pair, the solar yellow pair, you know that I didn't get my ideal size, but I got one that I could work with. It's just the whole thing of the size difference between, for the UK, between Adidas and Nike, it's not equal, right? So the site gave me some bad information. It happens. I'm not going to hold it against them, or maybe I should hold it against them. Anyways, I'm not going to hold it against them, right? I'm just going to accept it and move on, but hopefully this side works out a little better. I've heard some good things about Concepts, right? I've never bought from them before, but Anthony Levine, he's always, I won't say always talking about them, but he's mentioned them a time or two. So here we have this pretty standard box across the top, and then down here you've got some of that pretty standard stuff across the side as well. So let's see, what does this say? It just says Ultraboost US 9.5. So it looks like we're good so far. Again, you gotta open the box, right? Because that's when things can go wrong. I don't think I've had anything show up in the wrong box, but I've had the wrong things show up a couple times. Not necessarily with Adidas, but just in general. So there we go. There's shoe number 1. And here we go with shoe number 2. And so far, they're looking all right. They're looking all right. So that's good. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? Everything. I don't see any like blemishes or anything. They look like they're unworn. So I would guess that these have just been sitting around for a long time because maybe other people like me saw them, wanted them, didn't want to pay that premium price of the 180 and wait for them to go down. These on the Concept site were 108. I want to say they came out to like 124 when everything was said and done. So not as cheap as the yellow pair, but I did get them without having to pay a lot of money. So that was really the end goal. So I guess I'll consider this a success, even though I did want them a little bit cheaper. Hey, shipping prices aren't free for everybody. So anyways, enough of that. Let's go ahead and talk about this because it is review time on this right here, ladies and gentlemen. The Adidas Ultraboost in the solar red colorway. Yep, this, and I've finally completed that. It's not really a set, but it's 2 shoes that came out at the same time, and I wanted both of them. Didn't want to make that decision on which one I wanted more. So I just was like, I guess I'll just get them both if the price is ever right. Here we are. Across the bottom, down there, you've got the standard Adidas outsole that they put on here. It's made by Continental, so you've got a nice little bit of traction and all that stuff and durability as well. I mean, it's like having a tire on the bottom of a shoe, right? And that's a good thing. And then behind that, you can kind of see the boost peeking through, right? And now moving across here to the midsole, same standard thing as you see on most Ultraboosts, right? These didn't do anything fancy. They just gave you that standard white with the little gray areas, as you can kind of see more so on the inside, not the outside, but there it is for you. So standard stuff, right? Nothing too crazy. This is what, 2015, 2016 style things, so not the cream of the crop when it comes to the technology side. But let's move on. The upper here, right? This is one of the things that matters about these shoes because it's pretty nice. This is just your standard prime knit, nothing different about that. It's not like those Parleys or anything. It's not like the Ultraboost mid. It's just your standard prime knit that you've probably come to expect on all Ultraboosts. So you've got that standard stitching pattern where it almost looks like a heart on the top of the shoe, like where your toes are. And then this one is just going to be standard solar red and black all throughout. Nothing too crazy. Now moving back, you've got the same coloring across the cage and across the heel counters and all that good stuff. Everything's just your typical stuff, right? Nothing too crazy about it. And it looks like there might be on the tongue here, top of the tongue area, it looks like that might be a bit reflective. I'll find that out later, and if it is, I'll share that with you. If it's not, don't expect a picture, with 3M anyway. But anyways, moving on to the inside of the shoe here. Down there on the insole, you've got the standard boost thing going on, matching color-wise with the outside of the shoe. So you got that going on there. And then past that, I believe we have actually covered this whole thing. And did they put the dates on here? 7/19. So these were made in July of last year is what the size tag is leading me to believe, which sounds about right based on when I remember seeing them in stores. Which, then looking back at it, I probably should have bought them because I would have been able to get them for a slightly cheaper price, but I think it just wasn't as cheap as I wanted. That might be what it was. But either way, got them now, so that's what counts. So let's go ahead and move on here. We're going to go ahead, we're going to talk about the fit, the sizing, comfort, all that good stuff, because that's what we do in the second part of the video. So, here we go. Now, as I've said in the past with Mini and Ultraboost, they are, to me, a true to size fit, right? So I wear a 9.5 in my Adidas shoes, and pretty much these are gonna fit exactly like that. Never mind that noise, I just kind of knocked over a box. But anyways, these are a 9.5, as are all my other shoes, and they fit exactly like I expect them to fit. I will say that this particular model of the Ultraboost can feel a little more snug, personally. I think that, and a lot of people do seem to say the same thing. But I'd still side with going true to size on them. So I just want to put that out there that, you know, for some reason you think that they're already super snug or too snug for you, you might want to consider going up half. But on the newer models that are not so snug, like the 3s, the 4s, the DNAs, all that other stuff, you're probably going to want to stick with the true to size. Just personally, that's how I feel. But once you've narrowed down what size you want, though, and you're wearing them and you're going out doing whatever you're doing, that's when you're going to get to experience that Ultraboost comfort that everybody likes to rant and rave about. So, because it is pretty nice, right? You got that sock feeling upper going on. You got the super cushiony boost going on the bottom there. Some people do say that it will bottom out over time, but I haven't noticed that. However, disclaimer there, I got a lot of these, right? And I'm also a lightweight dude, so my shoes aren't being put through a lot of work. So it could just be that. I'm not going to argue it. Even Adidas has kind of said that some of their newer stuff, they use not bottoming out as a selling point. So maybe there's some truth to that. I say that about the SL20s, the light strike stuff. Anyways, I feel like I've said everything I need to say about the comfort of this shoe. But just to sum it up, it's really good. It's really good. So there you go. If that's what you want, it's something simple. But now that we've done that, now we've knocked everything out that we need to knock out, that means this review is over. So I can take some pictures, knock out some on feets and whatnot, and then I can move on with my night. Because like I said in the previous video, I got to do a little live thing soon here. So, you know, that's exciting. I like doing those once in a while. Alright, so it looks like we're going to just part ways, right? So, from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'll catch up with you later whenever I have more shoes in. I think there's a pair of Yeezys that'll be here like tomorrow or something, right? And do I have anything else? I did get those 95s, but I'm not doing a review on them out of spite. So, yeah, so I think I have one more review that I'll be doing this week. Alright, later people.